Hey, it's Lee. Today what we're going to do is take these slabs and pick one and basically make a countertop for a pass-through between my kitchen and my living room. I have these three right here and two down here, one of which has already been stained and sanded down, but it's got a big old split in the side of it right here, and it's not going to work for what I want to do. They're about 3 inches wide or so. There's three here. The front one has a crack on it, but I think it's the one that's going to work best for what I need to do. So down here, I'm going to come up about 2 inches or so and notch out for the wall. And this wall will be exposed into the dining or kitchen area. No, living room area. It'll be recessed here, kind of make that. Well, I don't want to do that because then I'll cut off this. I want that to be exposed. Well, we'll see what happens. But I will be cutting out this crack. So the crack will be down here because this is where the 4.5 inches for the wall will be. And so, I don't know, I'll try to keep that area saved. And we'll see. So when it's good up here, it'll be going into the wall, and I'll try to make this as natural looking as possible. It's got some nice figure in it, a little bit of crotch area over here from the limbs coming out. I've got three to choose from. I think I'm going to go with this one just because it doesn't need any leveling. This has a big crack in it also, but it's more warped than the first one. And this one has a little bit, well, I guess it'd be all right. It has a little bit more undercut because it was the bottom piece. And it also doesn't have the limb figure in it, which I kind of wanted exposed. So I think we're going to go with this one. It's got the wrinkles in it. So we're going to go with that one. I'll get it on the table and start cutting it up. All right, so now we're going to tape up the voids on the bottom of here and do a little resin pour I've never done it before, so I don't know if it's going to turn out well or not. But it's the trendy, cool thing to do, so I watched enough videos that I'm pretty sure I'm a professional now. Everybody uses different type of tape, but this is the tape that I had, so this is the tape that I'm using. Kind of like that. I might leave that one there. I got that little gap there. I wanted to actually come out and fill that area. So to fill that whole crack, I'm just going to do a dark color, try to hide a nail that I have hidden in here. That little crack there, a couple dead spots, some wormholes here, the large void where it was kind of rotten there. I don't know how these right here are going to turn out because they're kind of feathered. I'm going to dig some of that loose stuff out of there and see how that goes. And then I got this main little knot hole I gotta fill. So I'll get the epoxy mixed up. Alright, so here's the epoxy that I'm going to use for this. I don't know if it's any good or not. It's from Amazon. Came with some measuring cups and a couple of the color pigments to add into it. Because it's basically the most universal, I'm just going to go with a black epoxy, it's Battleship Gray. And buying like 3 of these is the same as buying 10, so I went for the deal and I got maybe 75-80 bucks and everything you see here, which seems kind of crazy because it's only a gallon total, but it'll obviously be enough to do the small cracks that I have here. And like I said, I've never done it before, so watch me mess up. So I got all my epoxy in here set up. I believe everything's above the flush level for when I sand it down. Everything will be smooth. All my dams held for the most part, and I believe every crevice or crack that I wanted filled is filled. So I did a little test spot here, sanding it down nice and smooth. Actually threw some water on there earlier and it looks real nice with the pigment in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand everything down and see how it goes. Alright, so here's the final project. I got 2 coats of stain and 3 coats of polyurethane sanded all in between each one. And I gotta say, came out pretty good, in my opinion. The epoxy spots here in this knot, I should have just went with a black because you can't really see the glitter that's supposed to be in there. These little spots ended up pretty cool, where it's kind of feathered out and faded into one side and another. Epoxy spot over here, it's all nice and smooth. There's one little spot right there that I don't like, but that'll get filled up with crumbs or something eventually. So like I said, you can't really see the pigment, the glitter part of the pigment, but I think it turned out pretty good. That's 1 or 2 coats of polyacrylic and sanding in between each coat. Alright, so I'll get it back up into the house, get my spot cleaned up, trim it out, and show you a picture of it. Alright, so here we are with the finished product installed. I got some little bit of finished trim work and painting, a little bit of drywall work to do from the previous trim. But all installed. Had to make a bracket for the bottom of it because it had some little bit of bounce to it when you put a little pressure on it, and I didn't do any of the trim on the back side, so I'll get that wrapped up and I will call it done.